悪魔の実の能力は使い方と訓練次第でいくらでも強い戦闘手段になる。能力だけにかまけたそこらのバカとは俺は違う。この俺に立てついたことを存分に後悔するんだな。レザートジラゾーレ。さを知らんのか。墓標のいらねえ砂漠の便利な棺桶さ。地下の水脈に砂が引きずり込まれるんだ。その位置くらい俺は感知できる。砂漠の戦闘でこの俺にかなう者はこの世にいない。さあブルス。いい砂の乾き具合だ。いいか麦わら。地表にあるすべての岩石は崩壊するものだ。
草が枯れていく。
グランド石膏。この手に伝うものすべてだ。干からびろ。グランドです。
Alright, so it looks like we're getting a new crocodile added to the game. Crocodile in the desert, Sir Crocodile. A much needed character in my opinion, as the old crocodile in the game is absolute trash. It's nice to see he's getting a better version in the game, so that's good. Firstly, before we get into his kit and what he does, I'd like to apologize as he did officially come out yesterday. I'm sorry about that, guys. Now let's get into what he does. Alright, let's put some music on real quick, just for the video. Alright, let's see what Sir Crocodile does. Let's go to our crew tab, go to not owned. Let's scroll down, there he is. He's a skill-based unit, okay. Let's have a look. Alright, Sir Crocodile. His crew rating is 20k at the start, that's pretty good. That's not the highest, but that's pretty decent. Rage control, okay, interesting. For his affinities, the first one you will need Mr. 1, Mr. 2, Mr. 3, and Mr. 4. That's very easy to obtain, that's very good. Oh, okay. This next one is much harder for people to obtain, okay. This is where everyone's going to get stuck on. Surgeon of Death Law. Surgeon of Death Law is a much newer character in the game. He's only been available, I think, 3 times in the game now. So he's going to be much harder to get in the game. And Moria. So, yeah. The next one... Luffy Supernova and Incubus Luffy. That's not that hard to get. Everyone should have those. Then his weapon, Scorpion Venom Hook. His weapon in the game greatly improved damage and effective ultimate damage plus attack. Interesting. It's not just attack, it's ultimate damage and the effect of the ultimate. That's interesting. Then you have his ring and necklace, which are both colored. They're actually much easier to get, so I'm glad that they chose that. Alright, let's get into his skills. His passive, Ground Death. The unique large-scale attack of Logia-type fruits sucks up the moisture of the creatures or objects and gradually spreads to the surrounding. Okay, so that's basically what it does. After use, the surrounding buildings gradually desert and sink, turning into the dry and cracked wasteland. Okay, increases 20% rage recovery and 10% attack of all our crew members, and he will permanently be immune to all control effects, including Immunity of Chaos, Banishment, Taunt, Silence, Stun, Paralysis, Freezing, Purification, and Shock. Okay, so he's permanently immune. Wow, that's actually insane. Permanently immune to everything. Okay. When he's deployed, reduce the rage of the enemy skill type crew by 300 points. Reduce the attack of the enemy's attack type by 30% for 2 turns. And reduce defense of the defense enemy type crew by 30% for 2 turns. When attacked, if the attacker's rage is less than or equal to 50%, there's a 50% chance to increase attack and damage bonus of all allies by 10%. Lasting until the end of the battle, stackable infinitely. Okay. When the attacker... okay. Interesting. He's all about rage. If the attacker's rage is higher than 50%, there is a 50% chance to increase defense and damage reduction of all allies by 10%. Infinitely. That's interesting. 10% isn't much, but it does stack infinitely, so that's interesting. When the character comes on stage, reduce the rage of all enemy crew members by 200 points and 30% recovery speed. Wow, that's interesting. As soon as he goes into the battle, this is what this means right here. As soon as he goes into battle, all the opposing enemy crew members will lose 200% rage and 30% rage recovery speed. That's actually insane. That's really good. Alright, let's move on to his basic ability. Desert Gyrosol. So Crocodile controls the flow of water under the dunes to control the dunes, forming live devouring quicksand to bury the enemy. He uses this against Luffy in the anime if you don't know. Deals 170% plus 15% of damage to the enemy crew with the highest attack. If his own rage is less than the attack target, the target's rage will be reduced by 400 points. Wow. And the target's rage recovery speed reduced by 40%. Wow, that's better than his passive. If his own rage is greater than or equal to the attack target, the target's critical resistance rate and damage reduction are reduced by 30% for 2 turns. Increases the crit rate, crit strength, and ultimate damage by 20% for our crew with the highest attack for 2 turns. Wow, that's really good. He's all about either having higher rage or lower rage. He does different things based on that. That's very interesting. So he's all about rage. Manipulation, basically. Let's get to his ultimate skill, Sables. So Crocodile uses force to form a sandstorm and control its direction, but as the storm intensifies, it eventually becomes uncontrollable. It deals 160% plus 25 points of damage to all enemies and causes 3 random enemy crew members to have a 40% chance to enter deterrent state. Deterrent state is incapacitated, damage taken is increased by 40% for 1 turn. So that means for 1 turn, the enemy crew members are basically useless and they take 40% more damage. So they can't attack and they can't do anything for 1 whole turn. That's actually insane. Although it's only a 40%. 40% is actually quite high though. 40% is quite high and I'm pretty sure you'll be able to increase this. When the amount of the cast ultimate skills is in odd number, small trigger probability and crit resistance rate of all enemies are reduced by 30% for 2 turns. That's okay. That's not overly insane. It's okay. After releasing the ultimate skill, increase the rage of our back row by 300 points and increase his own rage recovery speed by 50% for 2 turns. Wow, he's gonna get his ult off a lot. At the same time, reduce the enemy's back row rage by 300 points and reduce the rage recovery speed by 50. Wow, for 2 turns. And then increase his own damage reduction by 50% for 2 turns. That's insane. So he's going to get his ultimate back 2 times faster, and the enemy's back row is going to get their ults 2 times less. Plus he gets 50% damage reduction. It's kind of insane. That's actually nuts. Okay. And then you have the damage bonus and damage reduction when you get to 5 stars and stuff. What fighting spirit does he have? Air spirit in all modes gains 240 points of initial rage. Oh wow, so he's gonna basically start with higher rage than the enemy. That's basically what he's gonna do. He's gonna start with higher rage to proc all his other abilities and passive. That's very interesting. So yeah, basically to proc the This part right here. If he has high rage, that's very interesting. So he's gonna have his ult like going off a lot and getting it back and reducing the enemy's ults a lot. It's very interesting. This is an interesting character actually. I'll be interested to see how good he's in the game. Yeah. Rage control, yeah. Skill-based character. Very interesting. Alright. I'll just leave this down there in case you guys want to read this. But that's it for Crocodile. Very interesting character, all about rage recovery and controlling the enemy's rage recovery. So it'll be very interesting if he's any good. I hope he's okay, but we'll see. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.